I am here in Wilton River Park, and we've got Stop and Shop back over there, and you could see all the different stores around. And did you know that there is an artist's studio right here in the center? And there is an artist who works here. I'm going to take you into his studio and meet him. He actually has open studio hours for people to come in and check out what he's doing, and we're going to meet him. He's actually got a show coming up this week, this Thursday, May 3rd, and I want to introduce you to my friend, Ben Quesnel.
Hello, how's it going?
And so we are here in Ben's space. I mean, this is, I'm going to turn this around a little bit so you guys can check out the space a little bit, because it's got his art all around it and his working area, and we're going to get a sneak peek into this really great exhibit and show that's happening this Thursday, this exhibition that he's got opening. So hang on one sec. Let's just show you a little bit of what he's got going on. This is a lot of the art that he has created. I take it before you moved in here, which was really just a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, there's a variety of things. Some of it's for a show that I did last year called Disoriented Objects, and then a couple new pieces that are in here. The one over here, there's a wood piece over there in the corner, but the biggest piece in the space that I've been working on is this huge installation right here, which we're calling Undelivered, which is the inspiration for the big art event on May 3rd.
Okay, so the show is called Undelivered.
Correct.
And why is it called Undelivered? What does that mean?
So basically, actually, the reason why I got the space in the first place is a bunch of artists had to submit proposals for basically what they would do in the space, like how maybe we can get the community involved, what different art projects we would do, and my proposal was specifically this Undelivered project. And about a year or 2 years ago, my friend had bought a property in northern Connecticut, and we were like out in the woods, like in the swamp area, and we found this mail truck out there. So this
is a mail truck.
This is a mail truck, yes. So we found it like in the swamp area, and we were like checking it out, and we found pieces of mail in it from 1982 that were never delivered.
That were undelivered.
So Undelivered is kind of the theme, right?
So Undelivered, what kind of pieces of mail was it?
So it was, more or less there were like advertisements. There was like a medication in there that never got to the specific person, but it didn't seem like there was any personal pieces of mail. I didn't open any of them, but the advertisements that didn't have any addresses, they still remain in the installation, but the other ones are kind of dispersed.
But what did it take to get this truck out of it? Was in the mud?
Oh my gosh. So luckily I have a good group of friends. So I grew up in East Windsor, Connecticut, and they were super helpful. A few of them are going to come on Thursday to check it out because they haven't seen it since we literally took all our sawzalls. There was like 4 of us. We had to cut the floor around the center axle, which is still in the ground, because this was about 12 inches underground, if I don't, yeah. And
it was from 1982.
Right, so so there's, believe it or not, there were 2 trucks. The second truck, the tree was growing out of the front area, so that still remains there. I took a couple pieces from it, but the main one that was still intact was this one, but I couldn't get it out of the ground, so we, again, literally chopped out the floor. 6 of us lifted it up, moved it over, and then I was like, all right, great, got this truck, get in the space, and then I realized that was the door that I had to get it in.
Right.
So I had to cut it up 20 more times. So this thing is 20 different pieces, which I thought was gonna be I'll get it done in a month. We're gonna have the party by Valentine's Day. We'll do some fun romantic letters, and no, not even close. So it was just me here for 3 months, cutting, getting rid of different pieces of rust. If you look at all the edges, there's little rubber covering them, just in case people walk by. I don't want anyone getting hurt.
Well, okay, so you got this mail truck, and there were letters inside, so it inspired Undelivered. But how is this now art for you and for the community? This is interactive.
Yeah, so this is an ongoing project. So right now I have 3 letters. So basically what this is supposed to inspire are undelivered messages that people never shared, or things they wanted to say. I actually have received letters by people who never sent the actual letter, but they wanted to, and those are going to remain in the installation. So people can come in, read the letters, return them, and then they can also create their own to add to it. So I see it kind of as an archive of stories for the area. Eventually, maybe it goes into another space and we get a whole nother set of letters. But
can we actually walk in there and take
please.
a look? So here we go. I'm going to take you all in here. Although you're going to have to come back on at least Thursday night
Thursday
to enjoy food and
honestly, Thursday night is more about, I mean, we have 4 amazing poets coming, and they're going to be sharing some of their work. 3 phenomenal authors, Tara Lee, Jamie Beck, Wendy Walker, all Fairfield County authors. And
Tara Lee is actually from Wilton, too.
Yeah, so it's great. And they're actually contributing letters to the installation as well. So it's a nice little contribution that they're doing.
Fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun night.
Yeah, but
DJ's coming.
You can look, you can see some of the letters on the floor. And so this over here, there are places where people can...
Yep, these are where people added the letters. I spend a lot of time like putting plexiglass over the seats. So it's basically set up so people can sit in different areas and kind of talk with each other.
I mean, if you think about it, that's really a universal kind of thing. I mean, like
Right.
everybody's got some sort of, I don't know, maybe unrequited love or a family member who passed away too early or something that like, it's a great way to...
Absolutely. And then you connect with them, you connect with the writers, and maybe it inspires you to reach out to that person or maybe create that letter or writing piece or piece of art of your own.
Right. Or other people, you know, it inspires something in them and resonates for something
Absolutely.
that, you know, that they've lost or never been able to...
Right, and you never know who you're going to connect with, what your letter's who it's going to touch. There's some powerful stories that have been shared with me already, and I have a feeling people are going to come across them and be like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, what a thing that a discovery in, you know, in an old
swamp. right, yeah.
Can inspire something.
Yeah.
It really is so emotional, moving for people. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it works out and people can submit letters, and it'd be great if people stop by the studio in the summer or at night sometime and come and chat and submit whatever they want to contribute.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so the event is Thursday, May 3rd. What
Yep.
time does it
So
start?
7 o'clock the authors are going to start, and they're going to read from their latest books, share a little bit of information about themselves, and it's kind of like a come and go thing. It's not too formal. There'll be music in between each person performing, so maybe hang out for a couple minutes if you want to go next door to Cactus Rose and come back. Like it's going to be pretty informal and fun.
Got it.
Yeah.
So that's good to orient people that the studio is right next door to Cactus Rose.
Yep.
And it's right here in Wilton River Park.
Yeah.
Which let's also talk about how you got to be here. That Kimco was part of bringing the studio here. Tell people a little bit about that.
So the Clementina Arts Foundation is a nonprofit that was started by a gallery in Stanford, Fernando Luis Alvarez Gallery, and the inspiration came from his mother, who wanted to bring arts to the community and just seemed like a great person all around. So their mission, and I'm actually the lucky recipient of being the first artist, but they want to find spaces in different communities to give to an artist for a year, and they can create their work. Because as an artist, like especially in Fairfield County, it's very difficult to afford a studio space. I mean, we do all these projects, and usually the projects, you know, a lot of money comes out of our pocket to make them, and a lot of the stuff that I do, it's more installation based, so I don't really, like, no one's gonna buy a mail truck and put it in their house. So the stuff that I create is more or less to create an experience. So they provide a space where people can create those experiences for the community and not have to worry too much about the rent money.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a great program, and there'll be another one next year that they're doing.
Got it.
So yeah.
And Kimco donated the space?
Yeah, I believe so. I think Kimco and the Clementina Arts Foundation worked something out. I'm not sure if Clementina, I'm not sure of the details, but
it's
Yeah.
great that the opportunity either
for
way
sure.
for you and for the
anybody.
Wilton community
Yeah,
too.
and supposedly, even though it was the first time around, there were quite a bit of submissions. So it's just nice people are finding out about it because
great.
it's important.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the other things that I'm going to point out. Good Morning Wilton is really proud to be one of the sponsors of the event on Thursday. And, I know that Ben could always use people who are patrons of the art to come on down, see his work. I know that you're probably also, if anybody wants to help contribute to the event, that would be helpful too.
We just had the Wilton Brownies were here yesterday, and actually, where's their art? I have some artwork over here. So they brought most of their mail art projects, but I designed, so I'm also an art educator.
That's true, yeah.
So I'm an art teacher in Greenwich, and I've taught from kindergarten through 12th grade. But this was kind of a mini art lesson inspired by the Dada artists who did like this underground mail art exchange. So the kids came in and I taught them a little bit of printmaking, collaging, but the money that the Good Morning Wilton donated bought the supplies for them.
That's fantastic.
So it's little things like that
Yeah.
that are very helpful. We're going to be bringing the youth group in, all the chairs that I collected. They're going to come in, they're going to sand down, and they're going to paint. and they're going to donate them to a charity, or it might raise money for the UT Youth
I
Group.
think they're going to auction it off.
Auction it
Yep.
off. So, which is exciting,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
nice to have some support from the community to help pay for the materials for them,
Great.
and whatever it might be.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a couple different things. If you have kids that want to learn about art, Ben is an art teacher in Greenwich, so he definitely loves to have kids come on in and learn a little bit about what he does and maybe inspire them to get involved in art somehow. And also, if you are with an organization or you want to talk to Ben about, I don't know, some sort of project or event or something like that, come on down. What are your hours that you're here?
So right now, I can get here around 3:45 to 4 o'clock, depending on the traffic, and I'm here till about 7:30, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Saturday, I'm here from noon to about 6 o'clock. Sundays, I'll come in for a special event or whatever
Right.
it might be. But come summer, I'm going to be here quite a bit. Yeah.
And in terms of people finding you online, is there a way for people to get in touch with
Yeah,
you?
so my website, benquenelart.com, and my last name, it's I know, Q-U-E-S. So it looks like Quesnel, Q-U-E-S-N-E-L. That's why my students call me Mr. Q, so I don't have to explain that one. So benquenelart.com, and then my contact information's there. I have Facebook, Instagram, so yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
All right. And of course, I will have some stuff on goodmorningwilton.com when the article runs later on this week. Thank you all for tuning in and checking it out. And come down on Thursday, May 3rd, starting around 7 o'clock, and I'll see you there, and Ben will see you there, and come write a letter to somebody and see where it takes you. All right. Goodbye, everybody.